This is Reverend Natalie Jean back with the Emma Curtis Hopkins movement. Can you believe it's already December 9th, 2012? It is incredible how the time is moving, how we've done so many wonderful things this year. We've learned so many things, had so many experiences. We move on and we go towards the future. We live in the now and we know that our future is very bright. Today I wanted to talk about one love. Love is the most beautiful thing that we can experience in this lifetime. In fact, we must emanate love at each and every point in our lives. If we are to become people that are immersed in spirituality, we have got to learn to love one another as brothers and sisters. One of the things that I have learned in Emma Curtis Hopkins' teachings is that she loved the world. There is a misconception that this woman was a feminist. She really wasn't a feminist. She was for all people, whether it was male or female, black, white, whatever it was. She was for you. She wanted you to speak your truth and move your mountains, walk on water, heal the sick, raise the dead. That's what she wanted for you. She wanted you to be in touch with your divine being. She wanted you to understand that there was good for you and you ought to have it. These were her premise. She wanted to teach you that, yes, Jesus was a man that came upon the earth, but we are brothers and sisters of Jesus, and we too can do the same things as long as we believe and know that we are one with God. This is the beauty of Emma Curtis Hopkins' teachings. She does not come to you and tell you, well, if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, you'll never be saved, or you're a sinner, or this is the only way. One of the beautiful things about Emma Curtis Hopkins is that she studied the many religions. And as you read her Bible lessons, she will give you interpretations of the Brahmins. She'll talk about Buddhism. She talks about Hinduism. She talks about it all. And she teaches you their way. And then she tells you, you can read the 5 different Bibles of the world, and the one that moves you the most is the one that you should follow. You should read it 3 times. This is the beauty of Emma Curtis Hopkins. She did not judge. She did not tell you her way was the only way. But she did tell you the truth shall set you free, just as Jesus said. She will tell you that once you find that thing that moves you, learn to speak your truth about it. Immerse yourself in it. And then once you do that, let that light shine upon other people around you. But she never said to you, boy, if you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to hell. In fact, she didn't believe in hell. That is a human condition. That is a human trait. This Saturday, somebody called in to my show, my radio show, and had much to say about iniquity and much to say about the fact that if we didn't follow Jesus was the only way, that we were all condemned to hell. I had to ask the caller, so you're basically telling me all the people that are in the Middle East, all the Jewish people, all the many different countries that don't believe in Jesus Christ, they're all going to hell, they're all damned? And he told me, yes, that's basically was it, because he felt that this was the only way. I told him that he really needed to go study and really immerse himself in the Bible to understand that the Bible, the teachings of God, and the teachings of Jesus, which is God, is nothing but love. So how is it that you can look at another country and tell them that they are condemned and damned to hell because they don't follow Jesus' way? We know that in many different religions, they had their own Jesus. You look at Buddha. Buddha was a very peaceful person. Peaceful. What is wrong with that? Why is it that people only have to follow the Jesus way? They don't have to. Jesus was a man that came upon the earth to do wonderful things, to teach us something, so that we could live in perfection, so that we could have the many mansions that God has said is here in this kingdom. He had a job to do, and he did it very well. And so it is up to us now to decide how we're going to live our lives. Or are we going to live as he did? It is not up to us to put him on a pedestal, because that is what had been brought to us from our very existence. But what we need to do is learn from his acts. Learn that if people strike you on one side of the face, you turn the other. You don't say anything. You leave it in silence. You let go and you let God work out the plan. God is a wonderful being, and we come from him. God teaches us about love and respect for our neighbors. So this young gentleman said that he read the Bible. So I said, well, let me see. There's a part you must have been missing. Love thy neighbor as thyself. And that includes all of these other countries that have different ideas in religion. Most religions, all religions, actually believe in a God. They believe in God. They may have a different name for it. But the point is that we must learn to love one another. No matter what our beliefs are, we must learn to love one another, because that is the only thing that is going to raise us up on this earth. There are too many people that want you to believe in their thing to gain power. There are too many people that want to be in competition. Who's going to get the first book out there? Who's going to get this material out there? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? How did we become such a country so full of ourselves? What we should be full of is love. We should be here to enjoy one another, to enjoy the gifts that we can bestow on one another, to give the love that we can, even if it's just a smile that we both bestow on somebody else that makes that person's day. But to tell somebody, because they don't believe in something that you don't believe in, that they're going to hell, it's just not God's way. It shouldn't be that person's way. I told the person, look, if this is the thing that moves you, then go ahead. But I told him, you must study, you must learn. Don't just learn about the King James Bible. Learn all the Bibles so that you can understand the people that you want to help. It is not about going door to door and spreading the word, because your consciousness can spread the word. Emma was a beautiful spirit. She still is. She lives in all the people that are trying to put her stuff out. If it wasn't for Emma Curtis Hopkins' consciousness, her spirit, a lot of the material that you have in front of you wouldn't be here. I know that when I pray and I open myself up to God, I open myself up to Emma and I say, Emma, bring me more stuff, because this stuff is wonderful. It is nothing but love. For a person at that time to take the time to immerse herself in mysticism, immerse herself in God. And all she wanted to do was to allow other people to smile, to feel loved, to know that they were worthy and deserving. That is such a beautiful sentiment. But it is also the same sentiment that Jesus Christ bestowed on all of us. Love. Love is the only message that is in the Bible. Now, some people take the Bible and they'll want to tell you that there's something else in there. There's something telling you that certain people are the devil, darkness here. They're going to tell you gays are not proper people, which is a falsehood. Two people coming together in love is a beautiful thing, in my opinion. Other people have other opinions, but you cannot be in spirituality and hate someone because of their love, because of what and how they choose to love somebody. You can't do it. You've got to immerse yourself in the idea that there can only be one love, one God, one truth, one hope. No impossibilities, but possibilities. If you open yourself up to love, that is all that you're going to receive. Every day your mind has to be full of it. Your body has to be full of it. And watch the miracles and blessings come unto you every single day. It is a wonderful feeling to feel that God is the only power in your life, that you will not condemn anybody else for their beliefs. But when you see them, you will see them as God. This is what I told the young man. You have to be able to see them as God. But you cannot force your ideas upon them. I don't force my ideas. You've got to find the thing that moves you. One love, one love, one love, one love, one love. One love. Let's get together and feel alright. Talking about one love, one love. Let's get together and feel alright. In the wise words of Emma Curtis Hopkins, there is good for you and you ought to have it. Amen.